Welcome to the TBX Trading channel, and in today's video we're going to be looking at our analysis on Bitcoin and a few other pairs. So if you're joining us for the first time, we'd like you to hit that like button and subscribe, and if you're not, we'd also like you to hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of our content. So let's get into the video. So we're going to be checking out Bitcoin today and some of a few other pairs. As you can see, this is going to be my watch list for the week, although I'm not done checking out a few other pairs, but I'm just going to talk about like 6 of these pairs and what I think is going to happen throughout this week. I'm very sure about not showing you guys what happened to the previous analysis that we did last week. I didn't really place any trades last week, but I think I'm going to place a lot of trades this week. So let's check out Bitcoin. As you can see, Bitcoin has been dipping a little bit. It has been falling for a while now. As you can see, this is a downtrend. If I extend this trend line to the top here, I think it's gonna it's gonna get to this top here, but I think I'm going to start it from here. I like my chart to be very neat at times. So now, what are we going to be expecting from Bitcoin? So since Bitcoin is in a downtrend, what was the first that we're going to check is the trend, right? Since Bitcoin is in a downtrend, as you can see, it is currently falling. As you can see, we're going to be looking for sell trades. I am not a crypto trader or a crypto investor, so I don't deal majorly in crypto investing, so it means I don't need to be waiting to buy the dip. That is, I can sell when I see that Bitcoin is dipping. So if I can see that the price is going down now, what I should be looking for is sell trades. And what will I be looking for sell trades? First of all, I got this zone here. If you want to understand how we get our major zones, maybe I'll make another video. Or till then, we still have a video on support and resistance. You can check that out. Now, when price got to this zone, you can see price broke this zone. So what will I be expecting from price? I'll be expecting from price to get back into I'm expecting for price to get into that zone. I'm expecting price to get into this zone and sell down. Now let's jump into the 4-hour time frame. Now, let me adjust this a little bit so it can be clearer. Yeah. Now, as you can see, Bitcoin is dipping a lot and disrespecting our trend line. As you can see, it has respected our trend line. If you want us to show you a video, if you want us to do a video on how we pick our trend line, just let us know in the comment section below. We're going to do a video on how we draw our trend lines on the TBX Trading channel. So before I'll be looking for trades in Bitcoin right here, I don't think I'm going to be selling from here. It's going to be too much for me. I don't think I'm going to be selling from somewhere around here, because properly my stop loss is supposed to be somewhere above this structure. So if I'm selling from here with a stop loss right here, it could move from here straight down, but I don't think I'll be looking for trades in Bitcoin if the Bitcoin doesn't get back into this zone. So what I'll be looking for on the Bitcoin is I'll be expecting the Bitcoin to get into this zone of probably to get into $38,556 and $37,161. That ratio, I was expecting price to get into this zone. So once price has gotten into this zone, I'll be looking for a reasonable entry reason. It could be an engulfing, it could be a candlestick entry, or it could be a chart pattern entry. So that's all for Bitcoin. So let's check out EURUSD. So before I jump into EURUSD, last week was a little bit crazy. The prices were just moving anyhow. I think there was a lot of like the news that were released last week were somehow heavy, and it really affected price a lot. So before I'm going to give myself this kind of general specialization of where I'll be expecting most of my currency pairs to go, I think the first thing I did was to check DXY. That was the first thing I did. And when I checked DXY, I think I'll be expecting DXY to short for a while. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me jump to the daily time frame. DXY came to test a very strong resistance. Of course, price could test could break this resistance and continue to the upside. But I really think before price is going to break this resistance, it has to come back to it have to be, it's a proper market. It has to come. If it doesn't come back to this trend line before moving to the upside, it should at least come back to this zone before moving to the upside. So I'll be expecting DXY to have a pullback into this any of these zones, into this zone right here, or into this trend line. That's if it's going to even buy to the upside. That's not that is, there's still a possibility that DXY breaks this trend line and continue to sell to the downside. So since I've seen that at least throughout next week, I should be expecting DXY to be bullish. So it means that I can go on with with Euro USD and start looking for buys. Now, in the daily time frame, there's not much right here. You can see that the Euro USD is pouring. There's not much here in the daily time frame. But if you jump to the 4-hour time frame and you go in closely, you see why I got my analysis here. Now, I've already drawn what I'll be expecting to see from price. This isn't really necessary. I just read to explain to a friend. Now, personally, I'll be expecting a reason to enter right. Sorry, you have to draw this properly. I'll be looking for a reason to enter. Personally, I think I'll be waiting for the price to get back into this trend line, and it could form a double bottoms. So if I see double bottoms, I'll be looking for buys to the upside, and I think I'll be taking my profit right here. So don't forget, if you check out our video on double tops, you obviously know that our first take profit is going to be right here, but that's not necessarily right now. But also this video just show you an analysis of what we're going to be looking at throughout next week. And what I'll be looking at on the Euro USD is that I'll be expecting price to come back to test this trend line and to give me a reasonable entry reason. And once I've seen that reasonable entry reason, I think I'm going to be buying to this zone right here. Now let's check out the next pair. And the next pair is going to be USDJPY. Now, if the if the dollar index is looking on, if the dollar index might be selling or it might be bearish throughout the next week or this week, because today is Sunday, if the DXY is going to be selling throughout this week, then it means that the USDXXX pairs, that is every USD XXX pairs should also be selling. So I should be looking for sales in every USD XXX pair, right? Now, let's now check out our reason for selling. Like what are we going to be expecting? We already know that we are looking for sales, but we still need to find, like, we still need a reasonable zone where we should be expecting the sales from. So let's jump to the daily time frame. Sorry, 1 day to daily time frame. I'll delete this. So if you check out the daily time frame, you're gonna see the daily time frame, the USDJPY looks almost the same thing as the DXY. Right, let me squeeze this chart a little bit. I want you guys to see where the zone's coming from. Okay, maybe you can just go to the weekly time frame and check that yourself. So as you can see, what I'll be waiting for, there are two things I can be waiting for. The first thing I can be waiting for is I'll be waiting for price to break this trend line. Then I'll be looking for sales. That is, you might either wait for price to break this trend line first, then you'll be looking for sales to the downside, or you can just jump into the 4-hour time frame. I think we're just coming from the 4-hour time frame. Then you'll be looking for entry reasons at the zone here. So personally, I think I'll be expecting price to get into this zone. I'm expecting price to get into this zone. Let me change the color of this, what I'm talking about here. Yes, right here. I'll be expecting price to get into that area before giving me a reasonable an entry reason to this that's going to form a double tops, right? So but price might not get into the area and it might end up forming a shift in market structure and selling to the downside. Yes. So if price does something like that, as you can see, this area is consolidating a little bit. There's a bit of range and price is consolidating a little bit. So there's a possibility that price give me an entry reason right here. So I don't have to jump to the 2 hour time frame or a 1 hour time frame, and I'll be looking for any chart pattern or any candlestick that shows me a reason. Sorry, that shows me a reason to sell, to short from this area. So once I've gotten my entry reason, then I'll be selling from this area right here. Then probably I think my first take profit is going to be around here, second take profit here and down. If it's going to eventually get to the end or the beginning of the trend line, I think I'm going to hold the trade to the beginning of the trend line to see if it actually gets there. That is, my final take profit could be somewhere around here. Yeah. So let's check out the next pair, and that is GBPUSD. Now GBPUSD, let's start with the daily time frame. And don't forget that the DXY, we are looking for possible shorts next week. So if you are looking for possible shorts next week in the DXY, then it means that the GBPUSD should be bullish, right? So let me adjust this a little bit. I need my trend lines to be on the wick, not the body of the candles. Now, since I've adjusted that, okay. Now, price. Why should I be looking for buys? Because this is obviously a downtrend. But if you look at it, most of the trades that you have seen already, I think you should have known that most of these trades are reversal trades. But why should I be looking for buys instead of sales? And that's because the GBPUSD is testing a major zone right here. So since the GBPUSD is testing a major zone right here, don't get me wrong, GBPUSD can break this zone to this zone before looking for buys. But personally, I think I'll be waiting for buys in this zone right here. And since the GBPUSD is testing a very major zone in the market, a major support in the market. If you don't understand how I get my support zone, you can check out our video on support, how to draw support and resistance. And if you don't really get it, just let us know in the comment section below and I'll make another video on how to draw support and resistance. So let's jump to the 4 hour time frame. Since we have gotten our major zone where we expect price to reverse from, then we'll jump to the 4 hour time frame. So when we get to the 4 hour time frame, the next thing we're going to be looking for is an entry reason. So personally, I think I'm going to be waiting for a candlestick entry reason in this zone right here, not a pattern. So, but although price could still do something like this, price could still, since this green candle hasn't formed yet, I think I drew this. Price could still enter, then give us our pattern before buying to the upside. So you have to be very, very patient, not to just take trades anyhow, because although if I see something like this, a green candle right here, I think I'll be a candle that engulfs the whole of this range right here. I think I'll be looking for my entry reason from that range right there. So if you want us to talk more about candlestick entries, just let us know in the comment section below. We're going to make a video on candlestick entries. So once I've entered this trade, I think my first take profit is going to be right here. My second take profit might be here. This is might, but my last take profit is definitely going to be somewhere around here. So that's it for the GBPUSD. And next pair we're going to check out is the USDCHF. Now this is going to be the last pair I'm going to show you guys today. So this is going to be a very high profitable, like this is a nice about 1 to 11, and you could even make more if you enter in a 1 hour time frame, 15 minutes time frame, maybe use an SMC entry or whatever entry you use. But personally, I think I'll be estimating something like about 1 to 11 risk to reward ratio. Now let's check out what we saw before we took this trade, before we were expecting like while we were expecting price to come down to this area. Now first of all, when we draw a trend line, you can find out that this is a price action pattern. This is an ascending triangle, and price respected this ascending triangle and broke to the upside, coming all the way to test this zone right here. Now, when price has tested this zone, a zone that hasn't been tested in a very long time, and as you can see, it has proven to be profitable, like it has proven to be strong. Even though price moved over it like this, you can still see that in between the zone, price still respected it. So since price is going back to a zone that has been tested multiple, don't be like, you still have to wait for your entry reasons, because if I drew this, let me show you guys something. Price could still move a little bit higher to come to test this zone. Now, if you look at it, this zone was more respected. I think they were respected the same way, but price could still break this zone and come all the way to this zone. In fact, if price does something like that, it will be an advantage to me, because I'll be able to get more reward on this trade. So what I'm trying to say is that you should wait for your entry reason and your entry confirmation before placing the trade. So since we have gotten our major zone that we're expecting the price to reverse from the daily time frame, then the next thing we did is that we jump to the 4-hour time frame. And in the 4-hour time frame, now the next thing we're going to be looking for is we're going to be looking for a reason to sell. Now, if you zoom in the 4-hour time frame, this kind of looks like a double tops. Price went in, price came down, then price went in again. If price gives me a red candle, now the red candle I'm going to be expecting, I need a red candle that's going to show me a little bit more of a bearish momentum. It means I'm not going to be expecting any red candle right here, because as you can see, although this was caused by the news though, but that is the NFP on Friday, but we still need something that shows us that the market is ready to sell. And the reason being that, as you can, price wigged a lot, like to the upside. Let's say this weeks, as you can see, as long as let's say they were coming from up down, then I'm going to sell with any red candle I see. But because the weeks the rejections from in the bottom is not as long, it's longer than the ones at the top, right? Even to the ones here are very, very much. But I'll still be expecting, I still need something that shows me, that is telling me that the market will definitely sell. And that is, I will be expecting something like a tweezer tops. I think, I hope you guys get what I'm saying. A tweezer tops or an engulfing candle. Something like a tweezer tops or an engulfing candle. So if I see something like that, then I think I'll be taking my sales from somewhere here. I might take profit to be stop loss to be 1 ATR above my entry candle, could be somewhere around here. Then I'll be selling to the downside. So that's going to be the last. This is going to be the last paper we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to wish you guys, I hope you guys actually enjoyed or gained something from this video. So I know we spoke about a lot of things. We talked about trend lines. We talked about candlestick entries. We said something, although I didn't mention anything about Fibonacci. But if there's anything that you want us to talk about, just let us know in the comment section below, and we'll definitely talk about it. Now, I just opened this Telegram group yesterday. So I'm going to be dropping some of the remaining, because as you can see, I have not actually analyzed every single one of my peers yet. So when I do, I'm going to drop the rest in this Telegram group, and that's the TBX Trading Community. So if you want to join the TBX Trading Community, just click the link below